Canada is on the brink of a massive economic opportunity with one of the fastest-growing economies in the world, India. But this isn't just about trade. It's about national security, technology, and the future of our economy. In today's video, we'll break down what Mark Carney had to say about Canada's potential trade agreement with India, the steps being taken to protect Canadian businesses, and how this partnership could shape our country's role on the global stage.
What I will say with respect to India is that we don't have a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with India, one of the world's largest and fastest growing economies. The ability to have more effective trade with them, to scale that trade with them, would be greatly helped by that, and that's one of the many reasons why I'm looking forward to a discussion with Prime Minister Modi this afternoon.
Right now, Canada does not have a full-scale trade agreement with India, which is surprising given that India is one of the largest and fastest-growing economies in the world. This gap is holding back massive potential for Canadian businesses. Imagine Canadian companies scaling up exports, creating jobs, and forming partnerships with Indian tech and clean energy firms. This could be a huge economic boost. But it's not just about business. Any partnership at this scale must consider security risks and political complexities. That's why Carney emphasizes discussions about foreign interference. It shows Canada is trying to protect its interests while opening doors for growth. In short, this is a high-stakes game. Economic opportunity on one side, and the responsibility to safeguard national interests on the other. And as viewers, it's important to understand that agreements like this shape everything from employment opportunities to the kinds of technology and products we see in Canada every day.
With respect to any forms of foreign interference, we have to remain vigilant. We are vigilant. I got my security clearance well in advance of becoming Prime Minister, and that's sort of table stakes for vigilance, and I'm well aware of, as a consequence of the threat landscape, the views of CSIS, the protections we've taken, and there's engagement with a variety of nations on protecting Canadians, and we will continue to do that. Secondly, I've just referred to my exchange a moment ago, which is what's essential is, at its base, is the cooperation amongst law enforcement, national security advisors, establishing that clear relationship, clear messages delivered. That has been reestablished with India.
Carney's message here is incredibly important because whenever Canada tries to build big international partnerships, especially with rapidly growing countries like India, the conversation isn't just about trade. It immediately becomes a conversation about national security and foreign interference. When he says we have to remain vigilant, he's talking about a real and complex threat landscape. Today, countries aren't only competing economically, they're competing over data, technology, influence, and digital infrastructure. That means any trade negotiation must be backed by strong intelligence briefings, secure communication channels, and cooperation between law enforcement agencies on both sides. This is why he highlights the role of national security advisors and Canadian intelligence agencies. Before Canada signs long-term agreements, they assess risks like cybersecurity threats, potential misuse of Canadian technology, foreign influence operations, and even vulnerabilities in supply chains. For Canadians watching this, it's important to understand that strong trade relationships are built on trust, and trust only exists when both sides are confident that their national interests are protected. So what Carney is really saying is this: Canada wants economic growth, but not at the cost of security. And this balanced approach is what shapes long-term, stable partnerships that benefit both countries.
To be absolutely clear, I referenced the foreign minister's meetings, engagement with her counterpart, but it goes to our national security advisors, our law enforcement agents, and others, and so that's there. And in terms of the commercial relationship with India, Canada has quite an actual strong commercial relationship with India. We are one of the largest, for example, foreign investors in India. Canada is. And there have been tight ties. What we're looking to do is to put that on a sound footing through a potential trade agreement between the two countries, which give protections to our businesses, protections to Indian businesses, clear set of rules, dispute mechanisms, and others.
This next part from Carney is powerful because he's not just talking about trade. He's talking about a relationship that's already huge but still massively underdeveloped. Many Canadians don't realize this, but Canada is actually one of the largest foreign investors in India. We already have tens of billions invested through pension funds, technology partnerships, and clean energy projects. But here's the real point Carney is making. All of this investment is happening without a proper trade agreement. That means Canadian companies are taking on more risk, facing unpredictable rules, and dealing with higher barriers. A formal agreement would finally give clear protections, legal stability, and fair dispute mechanisms, which means more confidence, more investment, and bigger economic opportunities for both sides. Imagine this: Canadian businesses getting easier access to India's 1.4 billion person market, Indian tech companies collaborating with Canadian AI, clean energy, agriculture, and biotech sectors. Students, entrepreneurs, and investors moving between the two countries with better pathways and stronger protections. This is why Carney is emphasizing it so much, because Canada is sitting on a goldmine of opportunities that haven't been unlocked yet. And if this agreement moves forward, it could reshape the economic future for thousands of Canadian companies and workers.
And build on those opportunities. So we're looking to build. I'll reference as well, and then hand back for your three-part follow-up. We're looking to build, for example, as with the trilateral technology cooperation partnership that we announced yesterday with Australia and India. And just to put that in context, India is one of the leading developers of clean technology, particularly in solar and wind. And if we're going to diversify our supply chains, this is all, it's all connected. We're going to diversify in that respect from China, which is the dominant player there. India, South Korea are two of really the two main opportunities. So that cooperation is quite valuable.
This final part of Carney's message ties everything together: Canada's trade ambitions, our technology future, and the shift in global power dynamics. When he mentions a trilateral technology partnership with Australia and India, he's revealing something major. Canada is intentionally building new alliances that reduce our dependence on China, especially in critical areas like clean energy, advanced manufacturing, and high-tech development. What many Canadians don't realize is that China currently dominates global solar and battery supply chains. If Canada wants to expand clean energy, introduce more electric vehicles, upgrade our infrastructure, and stay competitive in the global market, we can't rely on a single country. That's why India suddenly becomes such an important partner. India is rapidly growing as a clean tech powerhouse. Their solar and wind technology is improving at incredible speed, and they're expanding manufacturing at a scale that could match global demand. For Canada, this means access to new technologies, more secure supply chains, and future opportunities that support long-term energy and economic security. Carney mentioning India and South Korea as the main opportunities isn't a throwaway line. It's a preview of where Canada wants to position itself over the next few decades. It signals a shift toward partnerships that bring innovation, create new jobs, and help Canada stand strong in a changing global economy. If these collaborations move forward, they could spark new tech hubs, cleaner energy systems, and stronger economic growth. This isn't just policy talk. It's a look at how Canada's next chapter could unfold, and how the decisions being made today may directly shape the future we all live in.